The founder of modern Colombia is widely considered to be Simón Bolívar, a revolutionary military and political leader who played a decisive role in liberating much of northern South America from Spanish rule. Known as El Libertador, the Liberator, Bolívar is remembered for his vision of freedom, unity, and self-governance across the continent. Bolívar was born in 1783 in Caracas and became one of the most influential figures in the Latin's American Wars of Independence. Inspired by Enlightenment ideas and the desire to end colonial domination, he dedicated his life to overthrowing Spanish authority. His leadership became especially important during the early 19th century, when independence movements were spreading throughout Spanish America. Encyclopedia Britannica. In 1819, Bolívar launched a bold military campaign to free the territory then known as New Granada, present-day Colombia. His army crossed flooded plains and the towering Andes Mountains, surprising Spanish forces. The decisive victory came at the Battle of Boyacá, where the Royalist army surrendered, marking a turning point in northern South American history. Encyclopedia Britannica. Plus d'uno. Following this success, Bolívar urged political leaders to create a new nation. Soon after, the Republic of Colombia, often called Gran Colombia, was established, uniting regions that today include Colombia, Panama, Venezuela, and Ecuador. Bolívar became its president and military dictator, laying the political foundation for the future country. Encyclopedia Britannica. Plus d'uno. The independence struggle continued for several years, but the arrangements for a regular government were completed in 1819, and a constitutional framework was later organized to manage the newly liberated territories. Encyclopedia Britannica. Although Gran Colombia eventually dissolved in 1830, Bolívar's achievements permanently ended Spanish dominance in the region and allowed independent republics to emerge. Because of his leadership in war, state formation, and political vision, historians commonly regard Simón Bolívar as the founding father of Colombia. Today, Bolívar remains a symbol of courage and liberation, not only in Colombia but across Latin America, where he is celebrated as the man who transformed colonies into sovereign nations. One of the most important battles in Colombian history is the Battle of Boyacá, a decisive conflict that helped secure freedom from Spanish colonial rule and shaped the future of the nation. The battle took place on August 7, 1819, near Bogotá during the Wars for Latin American Independence. Patriot forces led by Simón Bolívar and Francisco de Paula. Santander confronted Spanish troops, commanded by Colonel José María Barrero. The insurgent army had already surprised the Spanish in earlier clashes and captured the strategic town of Tunja before the final encounter. Encyclopedia Britannica. In the decisive moment, Santander blocked the Spanish, advanced near a bridge over the Boyacá River while Bolívar attacked the main force. The maneuver succeeded. About 1,800 Spanish soldiers were captured, including their commander. The Patriot Army numbered roughly 2,850 troops, while Spanish forces had around 2,670, showing how closely matched the sides were. Encyclopedia Britannica. Wikipedia. The victory had immediate consequences. Just 3 days later, Bolívar entered Bogotá and was celebrated as the liberator of New Granada. A provisional government was established, laying the groundwork for a new republic. Historians consider this triumph crucial because it freed much of central New Granada from Spanish control and triggered events that eventually led to the creation of the Republic of Colombia, Gran Colombia. Encyclopedia Britannica. Wikipedia. The Battle of Boyacá was not an isolated fight. It was part of a larger liberation campaign that included earlier clashes such as the Battle of Vargas Swamp, which weakened royalist morale and cleared the path toward Bogotá. Together, these victories marked the collapse of Spanish authority in the region. Wikipedia. Today, the Battle of Boyacá is remembered as a turning point in South American history. It demonstrated strategic brilliance, unity among revolutionary forces, and the determination of people seeking independence. Without this victory, Colombia's path to nationhood might have been far longer and more uncertain.
In Colombia, agriculture and fishing are two of the most important sources of livelihood for millions of people. Thanks to its fertile land, tropical climate, and access to both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, the country has strong natural advantages that support these. Traditional industries. Agriculture has been a backbone of Colombia's economy for centuries. Farmers grow a wide range of crops, but coffee is perhaps the most famous. Colombian coffee is known worldwide for its smooth taste and high quality, making it a major export product. Other important crops include bananas, sugarcane, rice, corn, potatoes, and flowers. The rich soils near the Andes Mountains are especially productive because the varying altitudes create different climate zones, suitable for diverse farming. Most farms are family-owned, and many rural communities depend entirely on agriculture for income. Farmers often start work early in the morning, carefully tending their fields, harvesting crops by hand, and transporting produce to local markets. Despite modernization, traditional farming methods are still common in remote areas. Fishing is equally important, particularly for coastal communities. Along the Caribbean coast and river systems such as the Magdalena River, fishing provides food security and employment. Fishermen typically use small boats and nets, heading out before sunrise to catch fish like snapper, tuna, and tilapia. The daily catch is sold fresh in markets, supporting local economies and diets. However, both agriculture and fishing face challenges. Climate change, deforestation, and water pollution threaten productivity. In response, the government and environmental groups are encouraging sustainable practices, including responsible fishing and eco-friendly farming techniques. Overall, agriculture and fishing are more than just jobs in Colombia. They are a way of life. These industries preserve cultural traditions, sustain rural populations, and continue to play a vital role in the nation's economic stability and food supply.